I struggle to make progress in all meaningful aspects of my life because of discipline. You know you do as well, it's not for nothing that you clicked on this video. But I made the promise of making 2025 the hardest but most rewarding years of my life by working on the things that I'm bad at. For example, discipline. No more slacking off, no more bullshit activities, but this requires a lot of willpower and a lot of discipline. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you actually tips on how I'm actually increasing my discipline and how I'm getting better at working on things that sometimes I just don't want to do. So close your eyes and imagine yourself throughout the most productive day you can think of. Are you at any point seeing yourself on YouTube, Instagram, watching anime, or spending time on things that don't truly matter to you? That would make no sense at all, right? So why are you doing it? Discipline is a very easy concept to understand, but a very hard thing to actually implement consistently in your life on a more practical level. You know all of the steps already, so why can't you just put in the work? The secret lies in how you actually interact with your environment and how much willpower you have to make the right decisions. Let me give you an example on how you interact with your environment. Let's say you are working on something that truly matters, that is very important to you. Then you see your phone with a notification on the side. You have the choice of not picking it up. What do? You immediately pick it up, unlock it, and go and watch what the notification actually is. This is an automatic thinking pattern that we want to remove. But the only way to do so is to be strong enough mentally to have enough willpower and discipline to be like, yeah, I don't have to do that right now. I don't want to check it right now. Let me just keep it on the side. This is a decision that has been done on a fraction of a second, and your brain automatically will pick the easiest choice. So if it has the option of picking something very easy, for example, going on Instagram and scrolling for half an hour, or continuing to work on that hard project that you're putting a lot of energy in, the choice is very easy for it. There is a concept that I don't see many people talking about, is that having a very clear mind actually helps you with those decisions on a more subconscious level. So the quieter your mind is, the better decisions you're gonna make. Let me now give you ways of actually reducing this internal noise that you have in your head all the time and all those distraction thoughts that are always going through your head. Number one, fuck screens. Screens are the thing that are the most devastating when it comes to discipline and everything that comes with it. This is because they always instantly give you access to cheap and quick dopamine that you don't want. So do you truly want discipline? Then turn off your screens. Turn off your phone, turn off your PC, turn off your TV, and focus on the things that you are truly here with. Now, you will get urges from time to time, and this is completely normal. This is how any person that is addicted to something will react. If you take the heroin out of someone that loves to use it, they will be looking for it and they will actually give anything they own to get it back. You are the same thing. And I know that you're like, oh yeah, but I'm not like that because, I'm not gonna die if I have my phone or something like that. I'm not like a heroin addict. That has nothing to do with it. Well, yes, you're exactly the same thing. Sure, you will not die immediately from an overdose, but your future self might as well. Because all the choices that you make right now will have an impact on you and your life later on. So if you make the right decisions now, you'll be in a way different spot, in a way better life later on. This is called delayed gratification. I know all of you guys have already heard of it, but this is a very basic thing that you have to implement in your self-improvement journey. Understanding that the choices that you make now will have an impact on the future, even though you don't see it right now. Because the way most people act is that they don't feel the negative side effects of the choices they make now, so it doesn't really matter, right? No, of course not. If you make bad decisions now, it will fuck up the rest of your life forever. So you have to be smart with it. Making right decisions now can lead you to a way different path than otherwise. It's not because you don't immediately feel the bad effects of your choices now that it's okay to keep fucking up. It's in fact even worse than someone that's addicted to drugs, because you actually have the choice every single time to make those right decisions, but you choose the wrong option every single time. And you do it not even subconsciously, you do it consciously. You are stupid as fuck. We all are. So wake up, go hide your phone, turn off your PC, turn off the TV, and go and do some real work. Now, the second thing that is really important to focus on when it comes to having more discipline is mindfulness. As I said before, the emptier your mind is at all time, the more it allows you to actually focus on something and put all of your efforts into it. But now I'm gonna give you actually practical steps to increase and be more mindful in your daily life. And this is actually way easier than you actually think it is. So please follow what I'm gonna say right now, because this is important. I want you to sit down. So please take the time right now, sit down. and take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you focus very closely on how you felt when you did it, it immediately makes you feel better. This is because your body is always used to being on autopilot or always being distracted by something else. So when you can consciously focus on something that is natural and that comes from yourself, for example, your breath, your body is like kind of released because it's not always on its hyper-stimulated state anymore. And meditation uses this breathing technique to actually help you reconnect with yourself on the present moment. This is very important because nowadays we're always stuck in the past because of something we did, something we regret, or we are always scared of the future because of something that's coming up, a deadline, you're stressed, you don't want to do these things. Now, meditation helps you focus on the middle of that, which is the present, where you don't have to care about what happened in the past and you don't have to worry about what's going to happen in the future. Meditation will help you find your automatic thinking patterns of destructiveness that you are using every single day. When you have these urges to grab your phone, when you have these urges to watch a YouTube video, when you have all of these things that you're like, why the fuck am I feeling this? It's because your body is trying to distract yourself from having real thoughts. It's more energy that you have to spend, it's more time that you have to spend with yourself, it's maybe more uncomfortable to do so. But when you get used to it, it actually gets way easier to do meditation and deep breathing exercises and things like that. So here's a practical thing you can do to start meditation right now. 1. Find a very calm place where you know you won't be distracted by anything. 2. Make time just for yourself. Nothing else, nobody else. And I don't want to hear anything about people having excuses like, oh, I don't have the time to do this. It can literally take 1 minute or 2 minutes to do so. So please don't bullshit yourself. 3. I want you to sit down or lay down. 4. I want you to close your eyes. 5. Now you'll have to start deep breathing exercises as I did before. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And now is the most important advice and thing that you have to do to make meditation actually work. On each and every single breath that you're gonna do, I want you to focus on the way in and on the way out on your breath, nothing else. So every single time you do a breath, you are just focusing on what's going on in your body. Since your eyes are closed, there's no visual distractions. Since you're alone, there's no audio distractions or anything like that. You are just imagining your lungs expanding and contracting. The reason why this is so important for meditation, it's because you want to have your entire mind, your entire focus be on one thing, and that thing is your breath. And you'll see, it's very frustrating at first, but then it gets way better over time. Your mind will wander all the time. It will start to think about random events. It will start daydreaming. It will start thinking about something that you're stressed about. And this is exactly what we're trying to actually train. You don't want to be thinking about the past, the future, or anything that's going on in your life right now. It's a moment just for yourself. So when this happens, you have to bring your thought back to actually thinking about your breath. It's very hard to do it at first, and it will happen all the time when you're first starting out. But once you get better at it, you'll see that it's amazing how relaxing this experience actually is. And the last step is for you to keep exercising this thing every single day. Consistency is key in meditation to improve over time and have a clear mind overall. So practice just 2 minutes every single day and increase over time when you feel more comfortable doing it. It's that easy. This will make a huge difference on your entire mental health. This will change literally your life for 2 minutes a day. I don't know if you can understand how crazy this sounds, but I did it myself when I had severe anxiety. This helped me get out of it. This helped me to actually heal all the issues that I had by just doing it 2 minutes a day. And then you will be able to actually increase it to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even 20 minutes sometimes. And you see that as you improve and get better over it, this will reflect on the rest of your life, and you will not have those automatic thoughts that randomly pops in your head and makes you think about something else and distracts you from having real goals and real things you want to achieve. I think mindfulness is a fascinating concept. We're going to speak about it in other videos as well. I don't want to bore you too much about this right now, so keep that in mind for later videos. Now, the third thing you can do to actually improve your discipline is to build a routine. A routine is a series of very small but important tasks that you have to do in a day that you always do in the same order at the same time, and that overall are building up to reach a purpose, a goal that you have in mind. Without a routine, you are pretty much living it up to luck in order for you to make progress in your life, whether it's in self-improvement, in business, in the gym, or in any aspect that you have of your life. If you don't have a routine, if you don't have a plan, how are you actually gonna reach that goal? This is the very basic concept of self-improvement. This is a make or break for self-improvement. As Hamza likes to say, doing the hard work even when you don't feel like it. This is literally the embodiment of this entire video with routine and discipline, because you are doing things not because you want to do them, but because you have to do them. You are putting your feelings aside and you're working on your routine. Imagine a routine as the constitution of your life's laws. It has the priority over anything. It's the most important part of all the things that are happening in your life. Without the routine, you won't be able to plan anything and make meaningful progress. If I had to summarize what discipline is and what a routine does, it's building consistency. Building consistency, whether you want to do it or not, whether you want to work or not, whether you're feeling bad, whether you're sick, whether you broke your leg, whatever it is, building consistency is the key to reach anything in life. And a routine helps you achieve that by building discipline that then goes back to consistency. And once you have the ball rolling, there's nothing stopping it. So how do you actually build and follow a routine? Well, this is very simple. Let me give you actually a few actionable steps. The first thing will be to prioritize your goals. And when I say goals with an S, I actually mean goal with just the L. I want you to find the one thing that you're supposed to work on, the main goal that you have in life, your main quest, because this will be the most important thing to reach for the next, maybe, 2 years. So you'll build a routine around improving at that thing. Of course, you still want to be good in other areas of your life, for example, in relationships, in making money, in things like that. So this will be secondary goals that are less important, but things you also want to work on. Now, the second step will be for you to actually plan your day and your week around this goal. So I want you to put your priority goal, your number one goal, as the first thing you do in your day. For example, let's say you want to focus on fitness, on the gym, getting better, more muscular, a better body overall. I want you to go to the gym first thing in the morning. It hurts, it's shitty as well, but you have to start with the most important thing of your day. Before school, before work, before whatever other obligation you have. If it means waking up at 4 a.m., you'll have to wake up at 4 a.m. The reason we do this is because the first thing you'll do in the morning is actually the time where you have the most energy. Even though you're tired because you just woke up, I mean mental clarity and energy. This is very important to do before, because if you go to school or if you go to work and you work 8 hours a day, then at the end of your workday, you are fucking drained. You have no more mental energy to do anything else. And this is very hard to actually motivate yourself to do the hard thing that you want to do for the rest of the day, right? So if you start by this, there is no options anymore. You already did the hard thing. Even though you drain some energy, you don't care. Now you go to school or you go to work, it doesn't matter. You don't have to put all of this mental energy into it. And as I said, you also want to plan around those obligations that you have. If you know you have school at that time and you have work at that time, you're just gonna plan your entire routine around this thing. There's no way of actually ignoring those obligations of yours. So of course you have to build around it. Now I want you to understand a very important concept when it comes to consistency. You don't have to be perfect. There are times where you're gonna fail. There are times when you're gonna make mistakes. There are times when you will fuck up. And this is completely normal. You don't want to be a perfectionist or someone that is trying to reach perfection in anything, because you will not reach anything at all if you think like this. In order to grow, you actually have to make mistakes and actually improve upon them and make them into successes. This is how it works. There's no perfection on the first try. So I want you guys to understand that it's very important for you to fail in order to grow. I failed so many times. I'm still growing. I'm still feeling like I'm funking up every so often, but I don't care, because I know that I'm growing. I know that I'm learning a lot. So this is getting me to a better level overall. If you apply all of the things I talked about in this video, you'll make crazy progress. And I want you guys to let me know down below what your main goal actually is. Now, don't forget that if you want to improve your mental health, if you have issues like depression, anxiety, and things you want to work on in your mental health overall, I do a coaching program that you can find in the description down below on the first link. And otherwise, for the next video, we'll talk about sports, the gym, and my transformation journey that is going to be very important for me this year. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.